This guy trained hard for 3 whole months just so he could beat Miyata one day. During those 3 months, he spent 2.5 months practicing uppercuts over and over. Meanwhile, his opponent has been boxing since he was a kid and has mastered the counter punch to perfection. But right before the match started, our guy looked kinda clueless. Even the reporter from the boxing magazine didn't think he'd win. He was actually here to interview Miyata today and just happened to catch him about to fight Ippo. But right when the match kicked off, his impression of the guy totally changed. Ippo charged right in, going on the offensive against Miyata. The reason he did this was to keep him from finding his sweet spot to attack from. His relentless attack forced Miyata to keep backing up, but the reporter picked up on what was happening. Only rookies without licenses would make such big movements like that, but Miyata's footwork was way better than his. No matter how many punches Ippo threw, he dodged them all with ease. Gradually Ippo got used to his rhythm. Even techniques he rarely used in training started coming out. The reporter realized what was up and was surprised. This meant that Miyata was being pushed so hard he had to use his special moves.
You're getting carried away. The face is wide open!
Nobody expected Ippo to actually knock Miyata down. Even he was stunned. When the ref counted to 9, he snapped out of it. Compared to 3 months ago, Ippo was like a completely different person. So he started taking the match way more seriously. The same punch, he wasn't gonna get hit with it twice. A counter punch landed square on Ippo's face. Ippo almost couldn't get back up. But after 3 months of training, he'd gotten a lot tougher. During those 3 months, he also practiced techniques specifically to counter the counter punch. So the match continued. Ippo kept up his attacks. Miyata's strength was long-range fighting. To mess up Miyata's rhythm, he kept pressing forward. This way, his usual boxing style wouldn't work here. Miyata was getting scared. Who would have thought? Ippo actually blocked his counter with his forehead and knocked him down again. The reporter got it. He rushed in right when Miyata threw the counter, actively moving toward it. That way, the arm would be bent when it connected, cutting the power of the counter in half. Miyata took that punch and almost couldn't get up, but luckily he stood up with 2.5 seconds left. If he went down again this round, Ippo would win. From his movements, it looked like he couldn't even throw a punch anymore. Ippo's confidence shot up, wanting to finish him off with an uppercut. With the coach's reminder, he rushed in, pushing through his punches and forcing him back a few steps. Seeing the opening, they both rushed at each other. Right when Miyata attacked, he ducked down, then got into position for an uppercut and threw it. But Miyata caught onto his move. Just as Ippo was about to land it, he dodged. The punch just grazed his face. The tables turned. That punch hit Ippo hard. His pupils lost focus, plus his ears were ringing. Even the ref's count became muffled, but he still managed to get up using the ropes, but quickly fell back down. Finally, through sheer willpower and his shaking legs, he stood up. Just as they were about to keep fighting, the first round ended. Ippo finally got a chance to rest.
Hey,